Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody this morning? Everybody like the live, tap the live, let everybody know we're here. Because Lord knows if I'm 2 minutes late, they're like, she's not coming. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. Thank you for asking. An asthma attack actually woke me up this morning, but that's what a Buterol is for. And I'm glad I have it handy. Yep, happy Monday. It's 8. I sound like a scammer. It's 80 something people in here. And why aren't y'all tapping? Double tap. But you know what I say, fill the heart's tail and then take a break. I'm sorry, CJ. If I know in advance that I'm not coming, or if you wait 10 minutes and you still don't see me, look on my account and see if I've posted that I won't be here. I try to do that. Even on the morning, sometimes I will post I'm not going to be here on that particular day, so that people know that they can take the morning off, go see other things, enjoy their morning. There's usually a scammer on in the morning. Thank you for the heart me's. If you are a member of the team, please hit the heart me. If you're not a member or a follower, wait and see. And you can let me know if you think I bring value. And if I do, hit the heart me, join the team, follow. That works for me. Where are we going to start today? Let's start with somebody you guys may not be familiar with. This is Black Mamba, or Ghost Boy Roy. Now, he is a female to male transition. I have no problem with that. You do what you want with your life. It's none of my business. But this is now the 3rd or 4th time I've watched him. And he does a lot of storytelling and explaining his life. Now, the first time I saw him, and I talked about him with you guys, because he was like, I'm struggling because today is the anniversary of my mom's passing. And then when he showed something, it showed that his mom had passed 2 months ago, or a month ago even. And usually when you hear anniversary, you think annually, right? Not a month later, 2 months later. That's not what you think. Thank you, CJ. That's not what you think. You think anniversary as in a year. So that threw me off a little bit, right? But he's homeless, living in a hotel, and he says that he's trying to do something better with his life, so he signed up for school and then claimed that he doesn't have to pay for community college. Now, I don't know what city he lives in, or state for that matter, but I've never seen a community college like an associate's degree program or even individual classes cost nothing. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Hold on, guys. I gotta do something real quick. Okay. Thank you, Fallon. Um, the only time I've seen a class be free at a community college is when it's like, how do I describe it? Like, there's no credit associated with it. It could fall under like the adult education section. That's the only time I've ever seen like community college classes free. Or like they'll give you 5 classes on, utilizing computers or digital marketing or something along those lines, right? So he's like, I'm trying with my life and blah, blah, blah. If you can go to college, you can get a job, sir. You can get a job. But no, he'd rather sit there and beg for money for his daily needs. And again, remember we went over that various types of scamming, the spectrum of scamming? Yes, you ask for money for food and you get food. You ask for money for the hotel room and you use it. You take us all with you while you pay the hotel bill. But the reason why you're on the spectrum of scamming is because you don't actually do anything to make your situation better. You stay in the state that you are in on purpose, in my opinion. So I happened to come into a live and he's very aggressive. A lot of them, because they get called out all the time, they're very aggressive, very angry, very block happy. Like somebody could say, how are you doing? And they'll be like, well, I'm not doing better because of you, because you haven't given any money. Like, what? So your version of me following you and listening to you isn't enough? I'm not supportive because I'm not throwing gifts and not throwing money at you? But when do you throw gifts to other people? You say you can't, right? So how can you assume that everybody that's watching you has the funds to do that? He even stopped being a friend with somebody when that person stopped giving him money. And you want to tell me that's not scammy vibes? Well, I've gone past scammy vibes. You are, in fact, a scammer on my spectrum of scamming. So his goal was, at the time, was $54. And this is what his words were: I won't answer a single question until I get a donation. He needs his hotel, food, and ride to school covered. What do you mean? What do you mean? You won't answer a single question. It's almost like they expect that everybody that's in there has already known their story. People couldn't have just strolled in and wondered what happened. And what's crazy is somebody had already sent him food. And so he was like, yeah, I got food, and now I need a way to get back and forth to school. And it's my second day at school, and I don't want to miss it. Why is that anybody else's responsibility to figure out for you? There's no shame, Dallas Queen. There's absolutely no shame whatsoever. There's no too low they won't go. Right. Better start working. And then he talks about how he's been super positive. But in 30 minutes, he's going to be outside. And then I love when they're like, I only need $30. If 15 people would send $2, I'd have it. It's not that much. It's a lot to you. Whether you think it's a lot for me or not, it's a lot for you because you're on here asking for it. But you want to make it seem like to the people who are giving the money, like, what's $2? Mark Russell does that all the time. They all do it. You know how you say, how does somebody make it? On the scammy list, there's several things that they do that moves them from bolos to scammy vibes to scammer. And utilizing the same language to get money out of people puts you on the spectrum of scammers. And I know I said I was going to post that. I'm going to post it today. I left when he was down to $36 because I realized he was just going to sit there until he got more money. And then once he got the money, he was going to leave. So I left. There's nothing new about you except for the fact that you still expect for other people to figure out your life. So, right. So you guys go check him out, see what you think, and let me know. That's his Black Mamba is his main name, and at Ghost Boy Roy is the easiest way to follow him or to find him. Okay? Black Mamba, Ghost Boy Roy. I do it this way so that you're able to find them. If I know what it is, and I usually do because I've watched them myself, you will see their name at the bottom of the magnifying glass. He's been doing it for years. He even has an old YouTube channel. I wouldn't doubt it. What's getting to me, though, is how quickly the quote-unquote new scammers are picking up the scammer language and getting angry for anybody asking a question. Because somebody explained to me why, if you want my money, I don't get to ask any questions. And their mods are worse. Before you can hit send, they're ready to block you. And it'll be a serious question. But y'all check them out. My daughter Aaliyah Wilson was found. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Aaliyah's mom. Anybody that wants to see it or know more about it, go to that page. Follow that page and go find out more. For the record, if anybody hasn't gone to my page lately, I posted 2 photos regarding a video that is floating around TikTok. And I remember when, you know what, let's go ahead and talk about her, because she's going to get mad anyway. So We all know she's going to crash out. Oh, by the way, when I change a photo, everybody like the live until they feel the heart's tail. It lets TikTok know that I'm bringing value to what I'm talking about, because their goal is to try to take me down. So I remember saying to you guys and to one of her enablers that what set me off originally was watching her rap and say the N-word. And I was told, what's the big deal? That 90% of Wu-Tang Clan's audience is white, and that her black family, in quotes, because I don't know who that is, gave her a pass. Ma'am, in the case of this young boy that, wait, I just coming in the blocked me when I tried to help. Did something happen to Black Mamba? No, he's just a scammer. So, stay focused, digital. Stay focused. So, they feel like somebody giving them a pass enables them to get a pass for everybody. And I know that I've said to you guys, just because one person gives a pass, it means nothing to the next black person. Like, there's no actual card that you get that says, black people gave me a pass. Not how it works. So this young man claims that his parents are black, and so that's why he can use the word. Let's just say he found himself hanging upside down because he said it to the wrong person. Oh, no problem. No problem at all. Oh, I have 9 people to do. So I did 1. This is 2. I'll show the list in a second if you stick around. So, before I got blocked again, she was on Clapper asking for money. What was it? 30 to go. And she's thrilled to death that she got accepted to college. I'm assuming it's online. And that he's going to be accepted to college too. She also went on a rant about a couple days before about how she was supposed to be going to the courthouse on Monday, or the police, and asking for an RO. And after that day, that people wouldn't be able to talk about her. Okay, come out with it. Let's see what happens. So that's today. I'm waiting to find out the outcome. And she's like, I'm so glad I moved back to Colorado because we have cyber stalking and cyber harassment laws. Okay. Oh, I hope you had a good shift at work. And I hope you get some sleep after this. Why is it okay for you to get up here, beg for money, beg for things like a TV for your dogs, and for your every meal, and for anything else you want, but it is illegal for us to talk about it? Now, I don't go real life. That's my choice. I'm not trying to find out where you live, where you work. I'm not calling them on you. I don't do that. I discuss the things that I see and I hear. And if someone comes up with some information that I think is pertinent, I may talk about it. I don't show it. Because that's not my stick. That's not how I get down. I try to stay focused on the people and what they do that I can witness myself. And then I offer an opinion. That's not cyber stalking. A TV she never bought. Facts. Oh no, Gracie, I'm sorry. Yeah, the weather this past few days has been crazy. And I don't know if you saw, but there's another fire in California that has already hit 1,000 acres, and they're having 80-mile-an-hour winds today. The weather is showing itself. Let me tell you, Mother Nature is showing herself. Miss Marcy, as soon as you see her face, understand that she's going to be begging. And my question is, why is she crashing out? I've only talked about the things that I've seen and heard for myself. I haven't lied. So she's supposed to be starting at a community college and getting her associate's degree. And then she will get an automatic acceptance to a state university. That's usually how that works, ma'am. Usually, in fact, I did it to save money. I took certain classes at the community college that I knew a 4-year university would accept. A lot of college kids will do that. Because it's cheaper than the university. They'll come and get their English and math and their basics at a community college. It's cheaper, and it's sometimes, especially over the summer, it's less time. So that when they go back to school, they already have those covered and they deal with the specifics. I'm not knocking you for doing it. I did it. I didn't get an associate's degree, but I took a bunch of classes that I knew would be counted automatically at a 4-year university. And in fact, I used it to take some of my electives. Like I took a film study class as an elective, and I was able to transfer that over. I loved that class, by the way. Stop it. We don't make fun of people. But that was funny. So then she said that she's going to have a double major and a minor. So one of her majors is going to be digital photography and political science. Because she wants to have her own podcast and something else. So you mean to tell me you're going to go to school, and by going to school and getting a FAFSA, she'll get a check. He's also going to go to school. You have 8 dogs that live in their kennels, and you're going to have a 3-year-old all at the same time? You're going to do all of that brand new stuff all of a sudden. Okay. And then I said, you want privacy, but you keep telling us your business. Then she starts discussing cities they are talking about moving to. What? And then you want to get mad that people go and find out information about those cities and warn people about you. Shut your mouth. And I would say that to anybody. But for someone who feels like they're being cyber stalked and cyber harassed, shut your mouth. You give it all away. It's team too much. Y'all are funny. And then when she came back on, I'm sorry, that was a different goal. This was when it was $30. And she was like, just because I purchased hair doesn't mean that I didn't pay the rent. Yes, but it's a slap in the face to people who feel like you don't have two pennies to rub together. And then you ask for our money, we send it, and now you're buying hair. Did y'all notice it didn't last long? Let me just tell you something about box braids for black women. We could leave it in for 2 months. Easy. After that, it might get a little sketchy. 2 months. How long did she last? A week? But okay. To me, that was a waste of money. Total waste of money. Putting it in is a lot of work. So is taking it out. I have got my hair braided and it's taken like 8 hours. It's at least 6 to take it out. No, I didn't see her tossing up signs. It facts upon facts. It wasn't her money, so she doesn't care. Let me give you another scammy something to look for. A trait. When they beg for money and then there's something brand new going on, trust me, y'all paid for it. Yes. But I remember saying when she first did it, go ahead and let it stay in there for a while. She's going to buy a pool. Listen, if you have the money to buy your dogs a television, be my guest. But do not come on TikTok asking TikTok to pay for that. Because that is not a necessity. You say your dogs don't like to be outside. I've never met a dog. Now, little tiny lap dogs that want to stay very close to their owners, I get it. But you have some pretty big dogs, man. They want to be able to run around and play and, get rid of some of their energy. And then she started yelling at her dog for barking outside. And she was like, you're being disrespectful. To who? It's a dog. I don't care what the other dogs do in the trailer park. My dogs aren't going to act like that. You mean they're not going to act natural? They're not going to act natural. When they hear another dog bark, they're not supposed to. Right kind of came. First of all, Miss Beth, stop crashing out because someone has said 2 words about you. Especially if what they're saying is the truth. Second of all, You're so big and bad. Why can't you handle a little highlight to what you do? Why do you need to block everybody? Especially people who are asking legitimate questions. Why is it okay for you and Devin to sit there and do nothing all day and get money from people that you then spend however you want? But we know she doesn't want to answer those questions. She just wants to be able to get in my box and create chaos. And we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Now, this is another one. When I saw her hair, I almost punched the phone. And why, you may ask? Because she was just begging for money, asking for gift gallery items, but earlier she was able to order food from Denny's because she got her weekly payout. Now, let's look at her hair for a minute. She got a cut. She got a bleach and a color. Now, of course, she wanted to say, oh, my friend did it. She just got out of school. So you let somebody play in your hair and it came out this good? If you think I believe that, then you think I'm boo-boo the fool. She got enough money. And what's crazy is that people are like, I'm going to support you no matter what. Somebody make sense of that to me. They have given her money, and then after she gets a certain amount, she shows up with brand new hair and wants to say, oh, basically it was given to her for free from someone who just graduated. That is not a 15-minute, let me cut your hair and then we move on. That took hours. And you want me to believe that they did it for virtually nothing? But let's say it was only $20 that the person charged her. That $20 could have went towards food. It could have went towards any of the other things that you beg for money for. And of course she may be like, well, I got that out of my gift money. You're getting gifts because you claim to need everything. I don't see you packing a box to leave, though, since you claim you had to move out because his mother has some control over that apartment. Why aren't you packing? Correct. They will also warn heavily against dyeing and bleaching during your pregnancy. I ain't heard nothing about being pregnant in the last few days either. And she didn't say it was for free. She said they did it on the cheap. Good morning. If you haven't hit the hearts, if you haven't hit until you saw the heart's tail, please don't do every time I change a photo. I don't care about the final number. I care about the fact that they would love to be able to come in and report me and take me down. So the girl did it for the cheap, but you were begging for 3 to 4 days prior to this for money. Then at one point she supposedly did, like, no, I'm not supposedly. She did like a Q&A with her and her boyfriend. What was interesting about that is that when he gave his answer, she almost always corrected it. Like, he's not telling enough of the story, or he isn't making it sound the way I want it to sound. So I changed his answer. Control much? Good morning. Why can't he speak for himself? Then she saw some motorized car on TikTok, and it was really cute. It was cute. But she wanted the $41 to be able to buy it because she would use it to get around town. You don't feel like you need to pay for anything? Oh, wait a minute. I understand what you're doing. If you want to support these people, that's their choices, not ours. Well, the bitch with the sass, let me explain why I do what I do. If someone knows what they're doing and they choose to give them money, that's between them and the scammer they choose to support. Because they can see it plain as day what's happening, the fact that they're getting taken advantage of, and they still want to support it. They will support it until they lose the shirt off their back. That's none of my business. I'm concerned about the older woman or man who feels so sad for their lifestyle, who feels like their last $20 could help this young lady feed her little boy just for her to turn around and get her hair done. And they may not be on the uptake as quickly as I am. Oh, well, she had a friend do it for cheap. Even if that friend did it for $20, she could have used that $20 for food. She could have used that $20 to pay some bill, but she chose to get her hair done. So I'm after the innocent, the people who feel like they've been taken advantage of, or the people who are considering giving their money, so that they could see the pattern, which is why I do multiple people at a time, so that they can see the pattern. There are plenty of places in this world, in your state, in your city even, who will accept donations where you can see where the money goes. Give to them. You want the homeless to eat? Go give to a homeless shelter. You're worried about babies? Go up to the hospital and see the babies who have no one. Go pay a kid, and like I said, when I said it before, I had never even considered it. Go pay a kid who has a large balance on their for their food. Go pay for that, so their parents don't have to worry about it for the year. Be a blessing. I don't want you to not be a blessing. Be a blessing. But be a blessing to someone, A, who may be unexpected, and B, they don't play in your face. Louder for the people in the back. So if you want to continue after you've heard everything there is to hear about her, and you want to continue giving her your money, that's your business. But if you have a lot to say, you're welcome in the box. Yeah, kind. They do. I heard Shannon say last night that she's so sick of awareness people that she's thinking about giving them money. Okay, Shannon. Let's see. Because Cece don't miss a day. I thought I caught her one more time. Oh, yep, here we go. So, of course, she trashes his mom. But then it's like, I would love to have a conversation. I'd love to sit down and have dinner and let's talk about it because you love your son and I love your son and I just want to see the best. And she's probably like, my son would be good. But you're dragging her son through all of this nonsense. We need to have a woman to woman conversation. You are a child to his mother. I wish one of my son's girlfriends would be like, we need to have a woman to woman conversation. I would be like, well, when you find the other woman, let me know. You're a child to me. I don't care how old you are, you'll still be a child to me because I'm still always going to be older than you. But how is it woman to woman when you're begging for money every day online instead of getting a job and taking care of yourself? Huh? Do woman things and then we can have a woman to woman conversation. She talked about her what? Oh, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, yeah, that's White Sox. He was just snoring a second ago, but I didn't want to say anything because he will pop that head up. They're both asleep. Let them stay that way. The other thing is, I don't know exactly how old Kevin is, but he's an adult, right? And she said that they have lived together for almost a year. And I said, his mama still knows more about him than you do. She raised him to adulthood. How are you going to compete with his mama? And y'all have only been together for a year or lived together for a year. It's the false equivalency for me. Yes, you may know him in a way that his mother doesn't, thank the Lord. But it's this whole, I'm the woman in his life now, so I know more than you to his mother, that is never going to work. It's never going to work in your favor. You don't have any respect for the fact that this woman got him from childhood to adulthood. You want your year with him to stand up against her many years of care concern, her mothering. But let somebody try to tell her about her son. Right, kind. Anybody with any sense of respect recognizes that a parent, A, is always going to have an opinion, and B, yes, you can be with them for longer than they were with their parents. But especially in his delayed case, his mother had to do a lot. Girl. She better be glad there's no sisters that want to catch a case. She says she wants peace. She doesn't want drama. And then she's like, I apologize to everybody, including these people on the platform, that she doesn't have anywhere else to talk about her feelings, so she comes to TikTok. Well, like I said earlier, if you bring something to a public platform, you are asking for people to talk about it. The moment you say it on a public platform, it is no longer privacy related. Good morning. Once you do that, it's open to everybody to have an opinion, to decide whether they believe it or not. How do you get mad that people are talking about what you do on the app? You tell us all your business, we get to talk about all your business. Right. There is no expectation of privacy on a public forum or on a public street. Anything anybody can see from the sidewalk is fair game. And then I said, why is she appealing to his mom and grandmother on TikTok? She has their number. She is doing it for a reason. She's gaining sympathy from an audience. She's trying to make it seem like, see, I'm this really good person. And y'all all heard me, reach out to his mom. What mom wants to hear about how you feel on TikTok? You have my number? To anybody who's the mother of a child, boy or girl, when they think about their significant other appealing to them on a public platform, when you may be a private person and don't see TikTok as a means of communication, I would dismiss everything she said. I would be like, yeah, until you tell me in person, I don't want to hear about it. And this is when they were doing their little Q&A. I left after this. But at one point, she was like, if you could go anywhere, where would you go? He said the Bahamas. Plain as day. And she said, so you mean Florida? And he was like, yeah. Florida and the Bahamas aren't even the same country. Why would you change his answer from the Bahamas to Florida? Knowing good and well he was going to say yes because you're smarter than him in his mind. So if you want to go to the Bahamas, stick with your answer of Bahamas. A lot of people would have loved to go into the Bahamas. I've been several times. It's one of my favorite places. Why do you need to change his answer? Then last night, she started with, I don't answer personal questions on this app. Are you kidding me? Do you not want to answer personal questions because you know you're going to get caught lying, so now you just don't do it anymore? If people ask about the fact of where's this baby, you don't want to answer for it. You don't want to have to answer for how much did you spend on your hair, because you could have used that for something useful for this family you claim to love so much. And then she's another one who is like, I only want positive vibes here. The only positive that you claim is people who give you gifts or send you money on your apps of cash, and her cousins. When did that become positivity? Or the bar for positivity? Me asking a legitimate question does not translate into negativity. Negativity is like, I don't like you. I don't like what you do. I don't like what you stand for. And I wish you would get off this app. That's negativity. Me saying, so how is the pregnancy going? That's not negativity. You brought it here. I'm just being curious. How are you doing? So to put me and anybody else in the category of negativity because I'm not giving you money and gifts, that's crazy work to me. And the sycophants and mods are like, that's right, we want positive vibes only. Do y'all not realize that positive? So if I sent her $100 and said, I'll send you $100 if I could ask 10 questions and you have to answer them, you think she wouldn't take it? Then she's like, you'll just have to speculate about what's going on. No, I just have to wait a little while. That's all. You'll be right back at it the moment you stop getting money. Because you realize you get a larger audience when you talk your business, you get upset, you fly off the handle. That all brings in more observers. And that's really what you want. And she was like, you'll have to watch and see and speculate what's going on. Judge her off of that. And I said it to myself, but that's what I do. I watch what you say and do, how you look, and I speculate about it. I talk about facts and add my opinion, but that's too much. I am not Mallory, though. And now she thinks that because Mexican Homie had something to say about Mallory, that upped her in some way. It did not. It did not. It did not. But you know, I'm minding my business about that because that has absolutely nothing to do with me. I just found it rich that because somebody talked about her, she wants them to get ripped apart by somebody else. Hello, random. Then she called herself an opinionated bitch. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club of opinionated bitches. You want to be opinionated. You want to be able to say what you want to be able to say based on your opinion, but you don't want me to be able to do it? Try again. Try again with somebody else. Facts. We can all unite. Can I ask, have you heard of Trish? Maybe. I don't recall anybody by the name of just Trish. But hold on, guys. I gotta do this thing for TikTok. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Oh, Teo Trish, I have. I have. I haven't covered them yet, but yeah, I have. I've seen them a couple times. Okay. So, just for anybody that came in late, this is the list of the people I'm going to discuss today. I've already done Black Mama, and I've done Beth, and I've done Cece. I have him passed out in his closet yesterday. That's what I saw. I reported the crap out of that. Oh, yeah, I should. Thank you, CJ. Let me see if I can find it. The next Digital After Dark is going to be April the 19th from 8 to 10. Thank you to all the people who responded to the poll about the first one. If you haven't, please do. I'm trying to make it. Tank Lip needs to be added. Yeah, I saw him a couple times too. Listen, there are so many that it would be impossible for me to do them all. But maybe we'll do a Digital After Dark live about all of the bolos we found. Praise Jasmine. Is that the boy who thinks he's a pregnant black woman? Okay, to wife. Understand that I have hundreds of DMs. So please bear with me. Oh, yes? Okay. Yeah. He's just annoying to me. There are some people I cannot watch. It's just aggravating. Literally, all my notes would be F you, F you, F you, F you, because I can't stand it. But make sure you put it on your calendars. The next one will be April the 19th. So a few weeks away. Megan, that's what he does. But let's talk about him. Because I don't even know how he can show his face after Scam Slam's live the other night. When I tell you that the gentleman, and I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. He does have an account here and on Facebook. But the gentleman who was the one who knocked on the door and made him come downstairs and her provided so much more context to what was actually going on. I don't even know how you could show your face right now. Chantel, whose information about Beth is wrong most of the time? Who are you talking about? Oh, that's right. Tap because I changed the photo. I'm trying to see who Chantel was talking about. What information have I gotten wrong? because I listened to it myself. So what information have I gotten wrong? Okay. Because I want somebody to tell me where I'm wrong. Didn't you talk about going to college? Didn't you ask for the television? Didn't you say you were getting a 3-year-old? Didn't you say on your live places you were looking to move? Don't worry about Chantel. Because if it is her, she's definitely not getting a box. So we're on to Mark now. So anyway, Scam Slam had a live with the gentleman. Like, if you've seen the video, then you know. There are two gentlemen at the door with cameras, I believe, on, because it was way too steady for it to be in their hands, but I don't know. And it was funny because there happened to be a cop in the neighborhood, I believe. I don't think they were there for him. And they knocked on the door and was like, "It's a police officer right here. You could talk to him or to us." They took a minute, and then they came downstairs and opened the door. And I've already said to you that when they first asked him, Mark was like, "I'm talking to an 18-year-old. Now, this is my thing. An 18-year-old may be legal, but why? But why? Why do you need somebody barely an adult? Why are you discussing very explicit things with an 18-year-old? But okay, that's what you said. And later on, the context was that after he supposedly found out that the kid was 16, he moved on to an 18-year-old. That makes you look better, sir? It does not. But then he did a follow-up interview for $50 if he told the truth. Now, that was brand new to me. He does the interview and then proceeds to lie about everything. That it was all Mary, it wasn't him. That when he found out about it, he stopped communicating and she kept communicating, supposedly even as him. And that's another trait. If they have an answer for everything that makes them innocent, scammy vibes. So first he tried to say, well, it was Mary because first it was Mary's phone. What? You've already told us that Mary had her own phone. So why would she have to use yours to communicate? Then you said that you left the phone home and you had a government phone that you took to work. That because Mary paid for it, like, you felt like she had the right. Then at one point you said you were afraid of her and her family. What? Miss me with the BS, sir. You are a punk, but you're not afraid of Mary. And then when they pointed out that, oh, okay, you worked from, I don't know what it was, 11 to 7, whatever the hours were. Why at like 7:30 you are texting with him? Then he came up with the story that Mary liked to use his phone to play games. And so she would do that when he got home at night. Can anybody make sense of this nonsense? That he came up with the story about the friends because he was afraid of Mary. And then he said that he was just using her. He was just using her. Even after he went to jail for months for a crime he committed in another state, after he got out, he was still having Mary pay his cell phone bill. And you want me to say you're not a scammer? Whenever someone brings it up, he says it was all Mary, and then he ends the live. Now, after what we know, sir, and then of course Mary did an after interview, and she did her best, I believe, to try to be truthful without incriminating herself. So in my opinion, they both lied. But to hear Mary also left me with the feeling that there was no way he was afraid of her. He was manipulating her. It also tells me that you've been scamming for eons. You will scam anybody, even the woman you're living with, to get what you want. But you want to tell me you're not on the scammer spectrum?
Good morning.
Thank you for what you do.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, thank you for what you do. Um, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit more details. I did say some of this during my live about Mark, but and by the way, the guy who runs that organization is Christopher, and his organization is exposing predators of innocent children,
Yes, absolutely.
primarily on Facebook. He does have a TikTok account as well, though, with a little bit different name. But so yeah, it was Chris that busted Mark and Mary, and did follow up interviews with them. Chris had provided me with the full chat logs between Mark and the decoy, as well as between Mary and the decoy. Um, so I've reviewed those fully, and the way that they speak, meaning Mark and Mary, is completely different. It was certainly two different people that were talking to the decoy. It wasn't Mary using Mark's phone and everything else. Um, in both of the chat logs, the decoy says many, many, many times over that they are 15. Um, in Mark's chat, it was over and it was at least 6 times during their conversation.
Wow.
Um, the decoy purposely kept saying it over and over, like like things like, why would I lie about being 15, and I have to be careful because I'm 15. And the decoy pretended to be in school, said, I can't talk right now, I'm in school, I'm in class. I have to go to soccer practice after school. I have to see if my dad can take me somewhere. At one point, he says, "Oh, I'm waiting for my little brother to go to sleep." And Mark says, "How old is your brother?" And he says, 13. Um, so there's no doubt that he was aware that this boy was 15. Well, the decoy was claiming to be 15. Let me clarify that. And they talked about being, in school and doing school activities and things like that. Um, with Mary, it was mentioned several times, and he also, mentioned playing sports and being in school. Um, Mark, Mark's primary focus in his chats were to get the decoy, who he thought was a 15-year-old boy, to send illicit photos of himself, and he begged for them to send these over and over and over. Um, and then, when the decoy would send just like some other pic, which they were computer generated pics, they were not real pics, like just send a pic of like, a face or, a person on a bike or whatever, something like that. He would say, that's not good enough. You know what I mean? You know what I
Wow.
mean? You know what I want you to send me? I kept saying, me and Mary need to know what we're working with. Yeah, we need to see. We need to see. We need to see. And he kept saying, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Um, Mary did not really ask for pics. She did say once that she did want to see what he looked like and everything, but and she definitely said many many inappropriate things, but in my opinion, Mark's was a lot worse
Hmm.
and much more pressuring for photos and to meet up. But he was also very paranoid. He was saying throughout the chat, how do I know you're not a cop? Um, how do I know that I'm not going to get in trouble? He even says, I've seen videos on TikTok where people like me get in trouble for this.
Wow.
Um, if you
I
want to see the full chat logs, I'll send them to you on Discord.
would
They're
love
so
it.
explicit that I cannot post them
Right.
on TikTok. I could maybe post some redacted type of ones on YouTube. I still would have to probably take out certain words and terms because it's just too much. If you are okay with, reading the content and you're agreeable to be able to do that without an issue, I will send them to you, but be forewarned, they are very detailed and very disgusting.
I would love that. I'd
I
love to
will
see it for
I
myself.
will I will definitely share them with you. Chris has given me permission to share any of his videos, the chat logs, and any information about Mark anywhere. I mean, he's all about exposing predators, obviously, but he's on board with the type of exposure we do as well, and I him. So, we're trying to help each other out in this regard, however we can.
I find it absolutely disgusting, A, to be a predator and a scammer at the same time and try to act like you have no knowledge of what's going on. It
Yeah.
wasn't me, it was Mary. Isn't that convenient? But at least now we've heard Mary. And she did admit to a lot more than he did in the interview. He,
Well, she didn't admit to a lot of the things that she said.
correct.
She tried to say that during the chat, she was just saying, being nice to him and saying, "Hey, how you doing?" and all that. I mean, that was part of it. She also said some very explicit things to the person she thought was a 15-year-old boy, including different different things that she wanted him to do to her, and different things that she liked to do, in great detail. Different things that she wanted to watch Mark and the, you know, decoy imaginary 15-year-old boy do. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. And when I said admit, I'm just saying she admitted to communicating with him
Yes.
after the fact.
Yes.
Whereas Mark tried to be like, as soon as I found out, I stopped communicating. And they were like, but you
Oh,
were home at
no.
7:30.
Absolutely not. He even repeats back something about, "Oh, you're only 15" or something like that. Like he even reiterates it. He knows. I'm gonna send it to you right now so you can. Yeah, I have them.
I
Because
appreciate
Chris
it.
Chris sent them to me, and I have them in my messages, so I'll save them and send them through to you. But just, yeah, be forewarned on the content.
I appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
And like I said, I appreciate what you do. It was very eye opening. um,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it
It's
went from like having a feeling that he was a creep to like knowing he was a creep to damn, he's a creep.
mm-hmm.
Like it just, and it informs like he shouldn't be able to work at a carnival.
No. No, absolutely not.
Anybody find out he's working at a carnival, that's the only time I'll go real life. He does not deserve to be around children. Because
Well,
didn't Chris even bring up him getting beat up at somewhere where he was in the bathroom and he tried to play that down?
yeah, he did play that down. Um, I do want to let you know that last night I was live covering Ricky's sins, but someone came in and said to check my messages after the live because they wanted to discuss something about Mark with me. And I checked my emails afterwards, and there's someone who claims that they live in the general area where Mark is, and they said that they do believe they know where he may be or something. I did email that person back. They're very concerned, um, because they believe that they're in a very close area to him, and they are very concerned for their community.
As they
So
should be.
I'm waiting on a response back from them, but I can keep you in the loop.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
very
it.
welcome.
Because he doesn't, in my opinion, after all of that, he shouldn't even have a platform anywhere.
Yeah, I
This is
agree.
why he has so many names.
Yeah, and this was not that long ago. You know what I mean? This was
Right.
not that long ago. And he doesn't even admit to it or take accountability or anything at all. He hasn't received really any true consequences for it. I mean, he's really lucky that the cops and the DA didn't pick that up, because he would have went to jail for a long time, and I'm
Correct.
sure had to have been on a registry for a long time and everything else. And at least if he would have gone through that process, he might have been able to go through some type of treatment or counseling or whatever, something that at least may have helped for the future. But he has not had to do any of that whatsoever or had any kind of punishment for it. Like, he's just been out here doing whatever he wants to do, ever since then, with absolutely zero consequences or treatment for this issue.
Correct. Okay.
So that's the scary part. So, but I appreciate you having me in the box. If you do have any questions, you know how to reach me on Discord, and I will get the
Absolutely.
chat logs and I will send them to you on Discord.
Okay. Thank
All
you,
right.
my dear. I appreciate it.
You are very welcome. My pleasure. Everyone have a
Scam,
good
don't
day.
drop yet.
Oh,
Scam,
don't
don't
drop
drop
yet?
yet.
Yes.
Now, give your YouTube so everybody can watch it because everybody was saying, why wasn't he charged? Apparently, the DA in where he was will not pursue the case
Yes,
because it's some organization they belong
yep.
to. But give your YouTube so people can follow that.
Absolutely. So my YouTube is at symbol. You might have to type the at symbol in Scam Slam 411. So it's Scam Slam 411. You may have to type the at symbol at the beginning for it to pop up. The date of it was, what day was that? I've had so many things happen since then.
I know.
I think it was the
Saturday.
27th. So I think the title of it will say Scam Slam 32725, and it will say regarding Mark Russell in the title. So you can watch the whole live stream there. We have Chris from the Predator Hunter group there. The actual decoy, which is an adult woman, not a 15-year-old boy, an adult woman, who goes by the name Bella, I believe. She was participating in the live during part of it as well. So we had all of those people involved, and providing information and just verifying everything that happened. And we do discuss in detail why Mark and Mary were not charged, and did get away with doing this with no consequence. Oh,
Okay,
March
so
29th. Thank you.
yeah,
Really? Was it Saturday night? Okay.
yeah, that's when I thought it was. I thought it was
Okay.
Saturday night.
Thank you. So it'll say Scam Slam 329.
Yeah, if you haven't heard it, please go listen. It informs a lot. It informs a lot. Lord Gigi, can you explain why you want to come up?
Yeah, and during the live stream, we watched the whole entire bust video. I call it a bust, but he wasn't really arrested or anything. But he was busted by this predator hunter group. Again, called Protecting. Exposing Predators of Innocent Children, EPIC for short, EPIC. So we watched that. We watched the interview with Mark. We watched the interview with Mary. Mark ran from the interview, of course, which was also another telling activity. uh, and then what did we watch after that? We watched a recap of some of his live streams from one of the last days he had been on. And at the very end, I do show a couple of screenshots of the chat logs. And at one point, I just can't even continue on with reading them, even with them being redacted, because they're really just that awful. And big trigger warning on all of this, especially the screenshots at the end. Oh, it's actually in two parts because my live got bananaed. All right.
Right.
So it's in two parts. It'll say part 1 and part 2. Because the first part I did on one account, and then the second one I went to another account. But guess what? I did win my appeal because I wasn't harassing or bullying anyone. So, any other questions or anything before I drop? Where can you watch the interview? We show it on my live stream, which was it's posted on my YouTube channel. It is the @ symbol, or as Lisa would say, Crazy A, Scam Slam 411, and then you look for the video that is called Scam Slam 32925 as the date 3/25/ 29/25, and there's a part 1 and a part 2. Hi Danielle. Hi Barbie. Yeah, Mark has not been on since the day before yesterday. Any other questions, anyone? Thank you, Andrea. Well, thank you again for having me. I'm going to see if I can get those chat logs to you for your review, and I will coordinate with you if I find anything else out about Mark today.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You are
I
very
really
welcome. My
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Lord Gigi, are you gonna say why you want to come up? Yeah, just so everybody knows, that is my backup, just in case something happens here. I've been pretty good about not getting in trouble, but just in case. Okay. If you haven't watched it, buckle up. Because you're going to be even more disgusted by him. Let's see. Oh, we know who next. Now, Mr. Sean No Games told us all that when he got a place, he was going to stop begging on social media. I saw Lisa was on. She is wash, rinse, repeat. I haven't eaten in 35 years. Nobody's giving me money. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't post it on social media that my dad had passed on. And if he doesn't care, why do y'all care? Because you got money off of that. That's why. And Kim, your best friend, is still recording you, boo. She is still recording you, and when you piss her off, she plays it. Like, are they in on it together? You know how I feel. You know how I feel about Kim. You can miss me with the you're on the awareness side of things because you keep giving her money. You keep helping her. You record your conversations, and then when she pisses you off, you play them. Lisa, get a better friend because she is not a friend. But neither are you. Neither are you. So, Sean has a place. I don't know if it's a studio or an efficiency or a one bedroom. He still needed to get a refrigerator. But what cracked me up is when he started off talking about how the neighborhood is a family. They protect each other. So you guys better not show up here because they're going to protect him. I thought you didn't need protecting, Sean. I thought you were good. But they may protect you now. If and when they find out who you really are, though, that might not work out. Wait, what did you say? He has a refrigerator? Supposed to get a stove and AC today. Interesting. But as far as I could see, he didn't have a bed. He literally was just sitting up on what looked like a box or a chair or something. Oh, I'm sorry, Bree. So let's go to the notes. Gotta find the right ones. So this is what I wrote at the time. He is inside somewhere, but he needs an AC unit, a stove, a microwave, a bed, and sheets. And of course, one of his sycophants recommended that he get an Amazon wish list. And they were like, you can trust it because people can't get your address. They just pay for it and it's sent to you. He gets a check, y'all. Why can't he buy it himself? And what happened to stop asking for money when he got his place? How did he get his place? Did the state step in? Or I should say the city? Yeah, he's still using his propane grill. He's already $700 in the rear? How? Yeah, he can't. And I'm not going to bring up this bolo today, but I may tomorrow. I told you, if my father seen all these men on here begging for money, he would lose his cool. He wasn't raised to take advantage of women. He didn't pay the deposit yet. Oh, God. But I am noticing a lot of single men are up here with thirst traps and like going live with their shirt open so that they can get women who are lonely. This one guy that I'm thinking of specifically, he actually shouts out the women as they come in his room, and they love it. Y'all go find something to do, because giving these men, grown men, money is crazy to me. He only has hot water. What kind of place is this? Because if you're renting, other than the AC unit, isn't all of that provided? Of course he did, having a fifth of an adult beverage. That's his right. It is some hole in the wall. Like literally inside are bricks. Not bricks, like the concrete rectangles. That's literally the inside. It almost, I thought it was a garage at first. He wants to Why does he want a service animal, you might ask? Cinder blocks, right. I did. When I first saw his background, I was like, is he in somebody's garage? Like, that's the inside of a house? Or an apartment? It was weird to me. Oh, thank you for that, sweet sassy. Oh, wow. He needs 2 TVs and one of them. Sir, pay for it yourself. No, he wants a service animal for sympathy. If he can walk around with a service animal, people will go out of their way. And what happened to ending all your accounts? He is a huge money maker. Yeah, that's a meal ticket. If that's all it takes to get a service animal. The ghost of CC. Go pin that CC. I said CC. I unless he gets a doctor to give him a different diagnosis or a more serious one, I don't see how he's getting a service animal. I don't. But I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. Let's see who else is up here. Facts. 31-year fire wife. We would all have one. Well, Miss Kesha is still back, begging for. I think CJ said last night it was $250 for a deposit. If anybody was listening to her, did it sound like she was with Eric? Yes, CJ, you explained that to me. Like the dog has to pick you, then the dog has to go away for training for a year, a damage deposit. She did say she was with him. The two of y'all can't get it together. Y'all can't figure it out. Oh, KK, she's from Canada. She has multiple accounts. Yeah, an emotional support animal. In order to get that, though, you still have to have some sort of a provider write a note saying that it's a support animal to even emotional support animal to even qualify. Did y'all see where the woman tried to get her peacock on a plane, calling it an emotional support animal? Come on now. I believe it was a New York airport. She got laughed right out of that airport. You need to go with a peacock, and I mean long feathers. Please go sit down somewhere. Please. That is true. You can pay a fee. Well, what I learned about the healthcare in Canada is yes, you don't have to pay for like a hospital visit or a doctor's visit, but that it doesn't automatically come with pharmacy benefits. It doesn't necessarily cover an ambulance. I thought it covered everything. It does not. But she's been doing this for years. How are you in the same situation you were in 3 years ago if it wasn't rug related? You may be clean now. I have no way of knowing. Sometimes you don't look clean. I'll tell you that. The way you can't keep your eyes open, slurring your words, etc., and you're still around Eric, who's an addict, who's supposed to be in treatment of some kind. Then she has this mysterious injury that's preventing her from going to work for over a week, but then promised that she could pay everybody back who gave her money on Wednesday when she got her paycheck for I guess the week or 2 weeks before she got hurt. And now she's asking for $250 for a damage deposit. She didn't pay those people back. Her money train is slowing down, though. I can tell you that. She can't even get a lot of people in her live anymore. Because how many times are we going to do this? Oh, good day, 50 Shades of Crazy. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Nothing's going to change. And unfortunately, she has gotten accustomed to one of the things she does with her lives is she's on silence a lot. And I think part of that is to hide Eric's presence, at least initially, because she gets more when she's alone and is cold. Because other people are like, well, what is he doing? So now we're not only paying for you to have shelter, but him too. Why can't he get some money together and help out? She plays on it all. And I, for one, am sick of it. And I'm glad her money is running out. Time to get your life together, man. It's time. And this new account that she tends to go live on is this top one with Three Eyes and Smith. So that is similar, but it's just different enough that it throws people off. Go check her out. See if we can get this money train to stop altogether. If this, like the live go, I changed the photo. Fill the heart's tail. I appreciate it. If she doesn't stop coming up with reasons why she needs dog food, she needs, I'm gonna say I need dog food, cat food, bird food. I need gas. I need food for myself. I need 30 cases of Gatorade, even though I drink all of that in one night. My sister needs money and I had to give it to her, so now I don't have enough for rent. Like, it is one excuse after another after another. You claim you want people to be able to ask you questions to verify information, and yet you won't answer. You and your mods, and you said it last night, we are all block happy. Why? You want my money without me being able to ask any questions? How does that make sense? She even raised money to have a ticket paid for. Now, you know when the ticket is due. Why'd you wait until the night before to ask for $175? By the way, did she get it? Oh, yes, she does. But she thinks everybody who has anything negative to say is her stalker. And she's like, I'm taking photos and I'm going to show it to the judge, and he's not going to take too lightly to it. And I cracked up. Like, girl, not everybody talking to you is your stalker. And when you go to court and that person is, let's say, called in and she says, that's not my account, that's not my account, that's not my account, and can prove it, what then? Then you're going to look like you're wasting the court's time. But everybody is a stalker, or her stalker in particular. I see her all the time, but I had no idea. Oh, she's a big stalker. I mean stalker. She's a big scammer. I want to know if she got the money for the ticket, because last night she didn't mention it at all, and when someone brought it up, they got muted and or blocked. It is a lot of lies, and she's a huge gaslighter. I can't remember. I used to know where she was, but I can't remember now. Like Detroit, Michigan, or I don't know. She did get to pay her ticket. I bet she did. She probably had more money than she could shake a finger at. Oh, Ohio. Okay, yeah, it's probably Ohio. It all runs together for me. Sorry, guys. She's in Columbus, Ohio. Okay, I believe it. That sounds right. Yeah, screenshot after screenshot. I'm taking screenshots and I'm going to go to the judge and blah, 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 blah. Go ahead. I want to do a little bit of raising the consciousness real quick. I'm going to post this on my page. But I feel like the reason why these scammers get away with it is because people don't have critical thinking skills. And it is a journey of curiosity, practice, and reflection. So step one is to cultivate curiosity. Ask why, what, how. Does it make sense? And broaden your knowledge by reading widely and staying updated on diverse topics. Two, improve your analytical skills. Break stuff down for yourself. Look for patterns. Three, develop logical reasoning. Examine the evidence. Does it make sense? Does it fit the facts of the situation? Recognize your own biases. Because some of us go into a situation biased, and so we can't see it clearly. Leave your biases at the door. Build problem-solving skills. Articulate the problem. Brainstorm multiple solutions. Enhance open-mindedness. Realize that not everybody is going to see things the way you see it. And that's okay. It's okay. Strengthen your decision making. Make informed choices. Practice reflection. Evaluate the outcomes. Learn continuously. And the last one, engage in discussion. Collaborate with other people. Ask for feedback. You know, I always talk about how if I've done something wrong, said something wrong, let me know. I did the poll about Digital After Dark, not because I wanted to hear a bunch of people say, it was great, it was great, it was great. I wanted to hear people say, well, it was great, but I want to hear about this. Or it was great, but I want the format to be your your regular format. I want you to have more guests. Anything. Because the moment you think you are the smartest person in the room, you become the dumbest person in the room. So who do we have left? Let's talk about this relatively new one. Now, first she was going to be a bolo. Then she was going to be scammy vibes. But she has fit into my scammy profile because she's checked off some lists or some things on the list. And one of the things she has started to do was become angry at questions. Why do you assume that everybody already knows your story? So her story is that she left the DV situation, so that made her homeless. And that the DV shelter in the area is already full and they have a waiting list. And by the time she got on the waiting list, she would already be, I think she works for a carnival, that she would already be in carnival housing. And like they provide meals as well, probably the food that's left over from the night. I don't know. And so her whole thing is, I need to get to the 19th. I need to get to the 19th. Now, we've heard that story before with Mark. I just got to get to the carnival and I'll be good. And then they do a background check and they're like, no, thank you. Then what you going to do, boo? But she literally expects people to keep her in a hotel and keep her fed until the 19th, when she starts her winter, her summer job. She has a winter job and a summer job. Go check her out for yourself. But being that angry at a simple question tells me everything I need to know. She said we needed to be in her chat for the right reasons. No trolls, no vibes. People here to get clout off of her name. What? Girl, you are the last person that anybody could get clout off. Most people don't even know who you are. What are you talking about? She was upset because she had to sleep in the car that night and she didn't get enough rest because she had to keep looking at her surroundings and rattle. Why are you trying to get guilt people into giving you a hotel room? Now, I'm not saying she should have stayed in her DV situation. I am never going to say that. But your attitude about it has gone too far. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, I'm trying to see. I have screenshots. She has felonies, and some court dates are June 2025.
Oh, wow.
Yes, hold on. I'm trying to see if I can find. It might be on my other phone, but one was for. They're all for, I believe, theft, like oh, credit card theft.
When she just went to court, was that for her DV situation or for something else?
That
No,
I don't.
that's what I came up to say. I actually got in the box with her the other day, the other night, and I specifically asked her two questions. I told her, number one, I really hope she's not lying about her DV. I said, when you went to court, was it for your DV situation? And the whole video is on Scam Offers page when I was in the box. And she said yes, and she went into some big story, yada, yada, yada. And I said, oh, I said, so did you go to court twice that day? And she said, no, I go back tomorrow. Like Sassy Girl was saying, I found charges. She has 3 felony charges and a misdemeanor for fraud.
Yes, like one of them is credit card.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it's just weird that her court dates are June 2025. I'm trying to. It must be on my other device I'm using it now because usually I have.
Yeah, she went in. She went the other day, and then it got extended to June. And she was saying, no, I have to go back tomorrow, and you're going to eat your words when I get my paperwork, and blah 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 blah. She came back on the next day and started reading something about, I guess, some kind of situation she had, which reads exactly like her GoFundMe that she has that's on my page for $5,000 from June of 2024. I don't know if it was a DV situation, had something to do about a car and going onto incoming traffic. But after I called her out, I did go back into her chat when she was reading that paperwork, and I said to her, please show the date. If you want to read the paperwork, show the date of it. She would
Right.
not show the date of it. She says, I don't have to do that. Which, you're right, she doesn't. She doesn't. But ma'am, your story does not match up. She keeps saying that the fraud case is closed. It's open on the Wisconsin website. Anybody can look it up. Then she says, of course, I photoshopped it, or no, I don't Photoshop any. I take screenshots and stick them up there.
Right.
Also, in her live, was it yesterday, day before, she admitted to not having a driver's license and no insurance, and she still drives.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. She has she got a ticket for no license and no insurance maybe about a week and a half
Thank
ago.
you for the heart puff. And she has kids, and she don't have custody of them either.
Right. And if you listen to her read that report, she says when the cops came, they brought her to retrieve the children. What do you mean retrieve the children if you don't have custody of them? That didn't happen a month ago because you said you don't have custody of the kids. Yeah, and I never bring kids into it. They have nothing to do with it. But
Right.
I'm just pointing out the inconsistencies.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
But it just strange. But yeah, she got like either 3 or 4 with stealing inappropriate funds and stuff like that. But they're all felonies. It says on the site.
Yeah, she has the 3 felony. And one's a misdemeanor, but the 3 felony. Everything's there on my page.
I will check it out. Everybody go check it out. What I just want to show, what I just find interesting is I didn't know none of what they talking about, and she still gave me scammy vibes. Now, all of this just confirms my original thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If
and
you haven't watch her. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
like Melanie just said on that live, she said the cops pull her over and they don't do nothing, which I don't believe, because if you don't have a license and insurance, they're gonna take you, do something, impound your car or something. And she said they don't do any of that.
Yeah, well, she has a court date for the most recent ticket a week and a half ago. I think it's in May. So, it's interesting. She has a lot of it is traffic tickets. She has a charge for lung glitter and best word. But other than that, a lot of it is the traffic tickets and the fraud case that is still open. That I pulled it right off the website.
What's interesting is when people go running, because I asked, what you're talking about having to hear everything. Is this like, is he already on trial? Because this just happened, according to you, like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and she was like, it's a pre-trial hearing. Let me be clear about something. The victim is not required at the pre-trial hearing. Not necessary. If you go, it's because you want to. Because it is the state of wherever against that person, not you.
Exactly. And I do think she has somebody with her. I have heard a man in the background. And of course it's the TV, or, it's the, excuse after excuse.
Yes, I've heard. I haven't heard any man, so obviously I don't report on that.
Right.
But I've heard other people say, like, we heard a man, and she would be like, no, you didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What got me was when she started talking about, if I can get one more night in the hotel, they're gonna move me to like the extended stay, and that's gonna be cheaper. What?
Yep. I heard her say that too. And yep, she's been waking up in the morning. It's freezing, and my car doesn't have heat. It doesn't even blow out, and I don't have a blanket. And so she's trying hard to get back in that hotel room.
Oh yeah. She's like, I'm a woman, and I like to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out.
Yep. But she's a liar. She's an absolute liar, and she gets mad when you call her out. We're all hate pages. She said, I'm going to call my lawyer, and she's going to get on the phone, and she's going to tell you, and da-da-da-da. Okay, ma'am. Okay.
I'm waiting for it.
Yep, that's what I said. I'm going to file paperwork. Okay, just make sure you capitalize the J, the S, and the A, please. I'll be waiting.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go right ahead.
Exactly.
If the lawyer asks for his payment, don't come to TikTok and ask them to pay for it, okay?
Exactly. She already owes enough money in judgments to the court, so I don't know how she's going to do that.
Right. Because, like I say, you sue me, I'm going to get you deposed.
Yeah.
I promise we're going to find out information you didn't want anybody to know. So be careful.
Exactly. Go ahead and sue me. I'll show up. I'll be there. But, you gotta get my name right. You gotta find me first. But
Correct.
I'll be there.
That's why Beth is trying to get people to find me.
Yeah,
For what? What you gonna do? You could send me some fake RO.
exactly. Oh, don't even get me started on that crap.
Go ahead. I
Oh,
know
yeah.
another couple who's in a motel right now. Who you
Oh,
curious?
just he's talking about Tim and Angela.
Oh,
I don't know if you heard, well, I don't know if they deleted their TikTok, but their account on TikTok is gone. Um,
really? I thought it
yep.
was just private.
Nope, it's gone. We called him out. He was seen at the automotive dealership on a Tuesday, I think it was.
Yes, when he was supposed to be
Right.
at and you know what I why I think he was there? I think they begged for that hotel money cuz I was like why would he be there in the middle of the day? And I was like I wonder if that's where he bought the car from and he has to pay a car payment.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it
Yep.
made me think of.
Yep. He was there. And then come to find out, I got some really good information from a very trusted source that he never had a job. That supposedly he went for the interview and got a job at a prison, $5,000 sign-on bonus, 60K a year. But then it came out he actually never went on the interview. So yeah, yeah. Timmy Boy, of course, was lying, and when he got called out on it and the proof came out, TikTok disappeared, his Facebook disappeared. I mean, I'm not saying that they won't be back; that they always come back, but but we'll see them when they do.
Sure
But
will.
his whole story totally got demolished.
Well, you know what I say to that, right? Let's find that page. Hold on. Awareness always wins. We just have to stay patient and consistent.
That's right.
It
That's
always wins in the end. Yeah, they might go to another app, but we're everywhere. So go ahead. We'll find you. Ask
right.
Sean.
Yeah, and I've noticed when you go to other apps, like take Beth and Devon for example. Yes, they're on Clapper the most, but when they don't get that money on Clapper, it's so harder to get money on other apps than it is on here. When they don't get that money on Clapper, and she's even said it, I come to TikTok for,
Yep.
what the balance or whatever. Yeah, and they can make money on other, but it's harder. It's a lot harder. But like you said, if they are, they'll be seen. It just takes time, and we'll find out.
Correct. We will find out.
Exactly.
Is Kiki still around? She is. She she goes between Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah.
But she has lost so many supporters because people are seeing her do things that don't even make sense. She's acting like a child. People have walked away.
Thank God.
So many people have walked away. Her numbers are so low now.
And people get sick of helping. They sit there and they watch, and you're still on. You're still not doing anything for yourself. I mean, not all of them. Not all of them. And we can't stop the money train. We've never been able to stop the money train. But like you said, just bring the awareness. But I'm gonna jump down. I didn't mean to derail.
Oh no, you're
Apologize.
okay. You're okay. Listen, if you have pertinent information, it helps solidify what I say because then it's not like, oh well, digital's just, talking about that person because she doesn't like them or she doesn't really know what she's talking about. Y'all bring to light stuff I don't even know. So I appreciate it.
Not a problem. But I'll be around if you need me. And
Okay,
have a
thank
great day,
you.
everybody. Thank you for the gifts.
You mean Erica, the Grace one, the last tech with her little daughter? Yeah. I actually have a picture of her sitting in her car with her legs propped up, talking about she needs money. Ma'am, who is going who is going to give you money just because you have your legs propped up? Mind you, facing away from her, so all you could see was her legs. Let me see if I can find that picture. It might have been. It might be on my other phone. Hold on. Oh no, it's here. What are people supposed to do with that, Erica? Really, hardly. I haven't watched her in a couple of days. I was actually not feeling well all weekend. I'm still not feeling well, but I wasn't going to disappoint you guys. But that was the post. Shelter food bio. You don't even have, like, you're not even going to talk to your people. Just shelter food bio. Somebody coming in is going to be like, what does that mean? Let me see why I put her down, because I don't even listen, yo. I'm gonna be honest. I was not feeling well, and some people I did not get notes on. But I try only to talk about people I get notes on. Let me see. Well, anyway, she was live talking about how she does her best and that something's coming out in 2 to 3 months. So that if anybody sees anybody talking about her, please screen record it and send it to her. What? Why do you keep previewing your life? Like, keep watching, guys, because tomorrow I might drop. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. So I caught this not on her, but somebody caught her. So she goes live on an account that has been trolling her. I mean, trolling her and trolling her and trolling her. She's even said, like, I'm going to turn that account into somebody. But then she goes live and does not realize that that's the account she's on. And when she realizes it, you hear her giggle a little bit, but that wasn't a giggle because, oh, this is funny to me. That was a holy-ish. I just exposed myself. Okay, ma'am. Then she tries to say that she's using is her husband's account and that he's going to be mad that she exposed it. Why would your husband have an account to troll you? Troll you so bad that you're talking about bringing legal action? But then she says, see, I'm not using my phone, implying that she was using her husband's. But then says, I need to call him and tell him that I blew this up. And you sycophants believed her.
Hey, I have something to let you know about Erica.
Okay.
The other day, I was in there watching her, and a lady told her, she said, I just buried my 4-year-old granddaughter, so I can't help. And Erica told her, that's just an excuse, so you don't have to help.
What?
Yes, ma'am. I got so mad and so furious, I was almost in tears when she told that lady that.
It's just an excuse. Wow.
How
Erica,
is that
you
an
have lost
excuse
it.
when you just lost your 4-year-old granddaughter?
I'm telling you, that's a scammy vibe. The fact that they get angry at people, that's like Detroit Nike saying, if you're broke, you don't need to be here. What? So the only way I could support you is to give you cash? That's the only positive vibe?
I mean, I was so furious. If I
Yeah.
could have went through that phone, I'd be in jail right now.
Yeah, that's bad business. That's bad business. And I'm sorry you even had to hear it. And I'm so sorry for the woman who had to hear it.
Because,
Because
you know,
it's
I have
letting you know she
grandkids.
doesn't care.
I have grandkids. And I love them more than anything in this world. And if somebody told me that about my grandkids, if something happened to them, you wouldn't see the light of the day again.
I feel you. I wish someone would say that about my baby. Especially if I lost her. Oh.
Because my
Oh.
grandkids are my world.
Yeah, Detroit Nike's still around.
But I just wanted to tell you that about Erica.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now I'm fixing to get upset again, so you need to drop me.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know. I'm gonna have
You're
to give her
welcome.
some more attention. So you got caught out, ma'am. And the fact that you still have people following you, still listening to your every word, is crazy to me. She just outed herself. Oh, can I repeat, Gabby? Gabby went live on an account that she claimed was a troll account that was harassing her, that she was going to take legal action against, that she made like her number one nemesis. And she went live on that account and then claimed it was her husband's account and that she needed to call him because he was going to be pissed to know that she went live on that account. Correct, Lauren. Yeah, she slipped up. She slipped up big time. And the fact that people believe that story is crazy. If you have his device, where are you calling? Where are you calling? CJ, that's funny. Oh, good morning. Oh, I agree. But I was there for it, so I talked about it. She trolled herself with her husband's facts. And she still got people believing her and, living off her every word. Y'all don't have no common sense? Although common sense is not that common. Somebody needs to tell them about the critical thinking skills lesson. Because you got to be smarter than this. Well, I'm going to end it here, guys. I forced myself through it. I'm sorry it's not longer. But I had a very rough weekend and I am still unwell. But I was like, guess what? They get up at 6:30, you can get up at 6:30. Thank you. Okay, yes. Okay, CJ. CJ's the real boss around here, y'all, if you didn't know. We're having another DAD, another Digital After Dark on the 19th. Thank you for telling me to feel better. I'm going to call the doctor in 10 minutes. Um Oh no, oh no, for real, Fallon is the boss. Like, she's the big boss. She's the boss that you only see every once in a while. And when she comes in, everybody starts working. Thank you, thank you. April 19th, put it on your calendar. I appreciate all the love, the likes, the gifts. It really does mean the world to me. It's why I try so hard. I am going to have to take a vacation, though. So, y'all don't run when you don't see me for 2 days. But I will let you know in advance. Thank you. I love you guys, too. And I appreciate those that have to get up extra early, those who are getting ready for work or getting their kids to school, whatever it is. I appreciate you spending whatever time you can with me. It lets me know that I'm bringing value. That's it. That's all. I can't tell anybody else how to do it because damn sure nobody else is going to tell me how to do it. I do it my way for a reason. It's my genuine way of explaining these things. And I'm not going to change for anybody unless I'm doing something wrong. And if I am, let me know. I love listening to you while I work. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So everybody have a fantastic day. Hug your loved ones because tomorrow isn't promised. And you might not see me in any comments because I'm not feeling well. But you'll see me Wednesday morning, 6:30 Eastern. I'm not feeling well. I just waved to the phone. Like y'all could see me. Yeah, I need to see the doctor soon. Okay, guys. Thank you. I'll see you Wednesday morning.